Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and this is Cat Budgets. I hope you are doing incredibly well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for clicking on my video. I hope you guys stay through the video and I hope you guys like what I have to share today. So today I am actually going to do a breakdown of how much my property cost me, how much I paid out of pocket, how much I might have borrowed, and how much I was given as a grant. So if that is a video that interests you, then I would love if you stay tuned, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, first things first. So again, my name is Kat. My actual name is Catherine, but I go by Kat for short. This is Cat Budgets. If you guys have been watching my last few videos, you guys know that I did buy a property. I actually bought a condo in the month of August. And, you know, I'm so grateful that I was able to get it done. I had been saving really aggressively for the past year or so to accomplish this goal. But with that being said, there was also a lot of assistance that I did receive, and you know, I'm grateful for that. I am the type of person that is transparent. I don't like to hide things. You know, I do believe that I should have some privacy, of course, but given the fact that I am a first-time home buyer, I was at least, and I live in Massachusetts. As everyone knows, Massachusetts has a very high cost of living. You know, up here there's a high cost of living. It's crazy. But luckily, I do have a great job. I am grateful. I love my job, I'm not going to lie, and it treats me well, and thankfully, I feel like I am fairly compensated, and that obviously did have a lot to do with how much I was qualifying for and being able to get approved for a mortgage in the first place. So I'm actually going to flip to August in my budget binder. This is a Erin Condren 7x9 monthly planner. I have it in the Star Wars design. Of course, I love it with the rose gold coil. You guys know I have been an Erin Condren girly for the last almost 4 years. So let's flip to August. And August is blank because my mind was nowhere besides buying a property. Literally, that's all where my mind was. I also have some tea here because I am getting over a cold and I still have a little bit of a cough. So if you hear me sipping, I'm sorry. Yummy, yummy. Actually, I don't want that to block that there. So let me just put it over here. That way it's not in the way. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip to wherever. And I am going to pretty much lay out for you guys pretty much everything. So how much my condo cost, how much I paid out of pocket. Look how cute this is. This is also by Erin Condren. It's a Hello Kitty pouch, pencil pouch. And I actually have my items from Making It Bling by Erica, black and blue. Look how cute these are. I actually want to use this one. Look how cute. Love it. I also have the matching dice. Look how freaking cute. Guys, since I am getting over a cough, or a cold, I do still have a little bit of a cough. I'm gonna try to edit those out just because I don't want that to bother you. I don't want to be coughing in your ear or on your TV or in your car, whatever that is. All right, so how much did my condo cost? All right, so first things first, like I mentioned, I bought a condo. I wish I could have bought in at least a single family. I wish I could have bought in a 2-family, actually. That was probably my goal. But, you know, given the interest rates, obviously I couldn't buy anything more than what I was qualifying for, which was literally a little more than what this condo cost me. But that's neither here nor there. I was able to get in when I was able to get in. And the market here in Massachusetts this past summer and a little bit of the spring was freaking gruesome, to say the least. It was like a nightmare. It was an utter nightmare just because if a property, especially a condo that wasn't costing that much, which is what I would say around how much my condo costs, there was like, it would go on the market and they would have like 15 plus offers in a single day. And I'm not exaggerating. The market was just crazy this summer. There was no inventory, and given the fact that there was no inventory, that's why people were over offering so much money. But anyways, okay. So I bought a condo. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in when I'm editing, so hopefully you guys can see that. But my condo cost me $275,000. Okay, I got into a 1-bed, 1-bath, and I think it's around 680 square feet. Okay. Again, this was the best that I could do. This is actually, okay, here's the thing. This was probably my 4th offer, and I actually was going to try to move a little further and try to get something with a 2-bedroom with like its own laundry at least. And it was just tough. Literally, this market was beggars can't be choosers. Like literally whatever you can get accepted, that's what you're gonna get, and you can't complain. I had to waive the inspection. Like this market was just freaking insanity. But I don't mind how much I paid for my condo. I do feel like it was a little bit overpriced. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do feel like I got a little bit gypped. But the thing here is that I actually moved to the area that I really was trying to move to, which is the North Shore part of Boston. I'm actually living like 10 minutes from where I used to live, which is where I was living 3 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel. So I started my YouTube channel, and I think it was in June or July of 2020. So where I was living then, it was a house that my family used to own. They don't own it anymore, but I live 10 minutes from there. So I'm familiar with the area. I decided to go all out. I didn't care. And, you know, it is what it is. I don't regret any of my decisions. I am happy where I bought my condo, and I'm ecstatic to be here. And I'm just happy that I finally have a little place to call my own. So that is my disclaimer. I do feel like I did overpay a little bit, but for me, it was worth it because it was in an area that I was very familiar with, and I was more than happy to move into. So those are my disclaimers. Okay. Now, this is where it gets funny, okay? So my condo cost $275,000, but given the fact that I just mentioned to you guys that the market here in Massachusetts was freaking insanity during this past summer, people were overbidding on properties like crazy, believe it or not, because there was no inventory and people wanted their bids to get accepted. So my initial offer was $281,000. Okay. So I actually went through this amazing program, which is another reason why I want to make this video. So if you are in Massachusetts, I want you to search up Massachusetts Housing Partnership. Okay. And I went through what's called the One Mortgage. So because of the One Mortgage, technically I had only had to put 3% down. You don't pay a PMI. And it's a lower interest rate than what the prime is, I think. But I actually qualified for 2 programs because where I was living at the time, I was qualifying for another program called Mass Dreams. So this is the program that saved my freaking life. So with Mass Dreams, they actually gifted me 5% of a down payment. So DPA is down payment assistance. And then they also gifted me closing costs. And I will show you guys what those numbers are in a second. Okay, so because of this program, I actually, instead of leaving 3% down, I actually only left 1.5% down of my own funds. Okay. Okay, so what did the condo actually appraise for? Believe it or not, again, because this market was crazy, I did overbid, and I 100% can tell you that I definitely overbid. My condo, when I did the appraisal, it was actually only appraising at $260,000, which is crazy. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I messed up a little bit. Let me cross that out. $260,000. So that's how much the bank said to us that the condo was worth. I know I'm a little all over the place, and I'm sorry if it's a little confusing. Hopefully not, but when I put my initial deposit, I actually put $1,000 down, okay? And then after what I ended up paying, my 1.5% down payment was actually $4,215. And then I also paid for the appraisal out of pocket up front. That was $615. So that right there is how much I had in savings in my bank account. So if we add that up, 4215 plus 615, $4,830. So that's how much I had in savings, right? I actually, at the time, I had a little more than that in savings, and I'll get to that in a second. But given the fact that my condo appraised this little, we were going back and forth, unfortunately, with the lender and with the seller's agent and the seller. I still wanted to buy this condo. I didn't want to walk away, because if I walked away, I was going to lose out on $615 that I had paid for up front. And I also did want this condo again because of the location, and I'm familiar with the area, and I also just wanted my own place. So I tried to negotiate with them, and I asked them, since the condo isn't worth that much, after we tried all other revenues to try to bring up the value of the appraisal, because we did dispute this amount. The seller only sold it for only was able to lower it to $275,000 from $281,000. So that was her best and final. The lowest that she wanted to bring it down to was $275,000. So I had to do what I could, and I sought some help out, which is what I did not want to do, because this program was freaking amazing, okay? But I had to make up the difference between $275,000 and $260,000, which was $15,000 that I had to come up with out of pocket to, bridge that gap. So what I did is my mom did gift me some money. And my mom gifted me, I think it was around $3,600. And then I actually, because this is going to turn into a debt confession, I actually did also borrow money from my stepdad. And you're probably wondering why it wasn't just a gift. Unfortunately, I don't have that type of relationship with my step-parent. It was borrowed, and I have to pay that back. So borrow from my stepdad, borrowed $10,000 from him. So then I had some cash that at the time I actually had started this savings challenge before, and I also had a 100 envelope savings challenge. I think I had like another $400 in cash, and then I also had, I think, around $800 or $900 in my savings account still remaining from up here. So I was able to come up with the $15,000 that way, okay? And then I had cash on hand. Let's just say it was around $1,400. Okay, so what did this program gift me? They gifted me 5%, which was a grant, by the way. This was not a loan, because you know how sometimes the down payment assistance, they finance the down payment. This was a full grant, okay? And the amount that they gifted me was $13,750. They gifted me $13,750 as a grant towards closing, towards my down payment, okay? And then they also gifted me the closing costs, which was another $5,600. So the total that they gifted me, this program, was $19,350, which is insanity, okay? That, like, oh my God. Anyone would kill to get this type of assistance, especially as a first-time home buyer. And again, this is probably the purpose of my video. Like, yes, I want to be transparent and tell you guys how much I spent, but like, this program is amazing. And unfortunately, you can't use the Mass Dreams by itself. It does have to get paired up with the MHP, because that's what Massachusetts Housing Partnership. It does have to get paired up with the MHP One Mortgage or the One Plus Boston Mortgage. That way they can gift you the 5% in the closing costs, and you have to live in one of 29 cities that is on the Mass Dreams website. So if you live in one of those 29 cities, and you're going through MHP, the One Mortgage program, you can pair that up, and they're going to gift you the 5% plus the closing costs. And it's freaking amazing. So that's how much I was able to get as a grant from them, and none of this is borrowed money, okay? But all right, let's go back to how much I had to come up with. So this was gifted money. And then I had to come up to my attorney's office with this much money. It was, let's see, the amount that I came up with to my attorney's office was $14,570.35. So, you know, I think they did credit towards the closing costs, the $615 that I paid for the appraisal up front. Apparently that's part of like that's how it is. You just pay for the appraisal and then it's credited back to you at the closing costs. It seems, give or take, that's probably what happened here, but not necessarily. Maybe a portion, I'm not really sure, but yeah, that's how much my cashier's check was to my attorney. So, you know, obviously now I do owe my stepdad $10,000. And while it is a pretty penny, I actually am not that intimidated by that amount, just because I know myself and I know that I am financially responsible to pay my stepdad back, and it's with no interest rate, and I gave myself a year to pay him back. And, you know, end of year is coming up, so I'm sure that I'll probably get a bonus at work, the tax refund, just be very mindful with my money and make sure that I get him paid, because, you know, for me, it's worth it. I didn't mind borrowing that money. I wish it was a gift, but that's another conversation, and it's neither here nor there. The money is borrowed, and I have to pay it back, and I'm totally okay with that because it got me into my home. So it is what it is. But these are my numbers, and you guys are probably curious. So my mortgage loan amount, I owe $242,150. That's how much my mortgage balance is. Let me write loan balance. Okay. Oh, and you guys are probably wondering, what is your interest rate? So my interest rate is, you ready to hear this? 6.375%. And it is a fixed interest rate. And I did get a conventional fixed mortgage. Fixed rate mortgage, okay? So yeah, that's what these numbers are looking like. I'm sorry if I'm a little all over the place. I just wanted to make sure that I get all the information out the right way. My monthly mortgage payment it's like $1,510, I think, or something like that. But I actually had, because I went through my MHP and I went through Mass Dreams, I actually have a second mortgage on my property. And I think the second mortgage is around $10,000. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is that $10,000, Kat? Why do you have two mortgages, two liens against your property? So the second mortgage is actually a subsidy. So this program is so freaking amazing and is so tailored to first-time home buyers, and they're trying to incentivize first-time home buyers or home buyers to stay into the property in the properties for a long time. And, you know, for a person that has no interest in growing in real estate, which is not me, because I do want to grow my real estate portfolio, but it's a great program because they're actually giving me money every single month that gets credited towards my mortgage payment. So even though my mortgage payment is like $1,510 a month, plus the taxes, plus the condo fee, my total mortgage every month should be $1,730, and this is not including my condo fee. But then if I round up and I subtract my taxes, it's around $1,510, I think. But then that subsidy that I just mentioned to you guys, that's the second lien, they actually give me money credited towards my mortgage statement every single month, and that's $154.71. So in reality, I'll show you guys how much that is. $154.71. My mortgage payment is technically, not including taxes, $1,355.29. But then I'm just going to write that this is a subsidy. That subsidy repayment, while it sounds amazing, it's almost $155 a month that they're giving me in assistance every single month. Again, amazing program. I think it only lasts for 7 years. But the caveat there is that you, in order to not pay that back, you have to live here for the full 30 years. And you pretty much, that's it. You just live here for 30 years and the subsidy is forgiven. Again, I just mentioned to you guys that I am interested in growing my real estate portfolio. So to me, this is not an option. So what I'm doing is I'm actually being responsible, and I am pretending like I do have to pay that $154.71 a month. So what I'm doing is that I'm actually throwing it into a high yield savings account. And the reason is because the day that I want to refinance this property, because 6.375% is pretty high for me, I don't know when and if we'll ever see numbers that are below 5 ever again, because of, you know, everything that has happened in the economy in the last 3 years and everything that we've been through. I don't know that we will ever see that. But in the event that we do see that, and I do want to refinance, I know that I have to pay that money back, whatever they have given me out of that $10,000 subsidy so far, because again, they're giving me a portion of it every single month. Whatever they have given me that every single month up until the point that I refinance or I want to rent this condo or whatever XYZ reason might be, I have to pay that money back if I refinance or if I sell. So I don't want to cut into my profits at that point in time. So what I'm doing is I'm being responsible and pretending like I still have to pay that money, and I'm just throwing it into a high yield savings account. So for me, my mortgage is $1,730. I don't pay the taxes. That's a whole other conversation, but my boyfriend and I are living together now, but my portion is $1,510, and what I'm doing is that I'm throwing $154.71 into a high yield savings account every single month. That's pretty much what it is. I just want to make sure that I have that money there and that I have no issues, and if they want to cut a check, then here's your check. I have the money available. So it's a great program. Like I said, if anyone that does want to live in a home for 30 years and they don't plan on moving ever again, it's perfect, because like, wow, it's amazing help. But the caveat is, if you want to refinance, if you want to rent it out, you have to pay it back. So the program here, the stipulations, technically, if I want to rent this property out, I have to refinance, which I think for how much I'm paying on a mortgage right now, including the condo fee, it probably wouldn't be enough to cover the mortgage. But, you know, like I said, if in the future I want to refinance, I'll have the money there that I'm going to grow every single month, and I'll be making money on it too as well, because, you know, the interest payment that I'll be getting from my high yield savings account. All right. Well, that was that. I hope all of this makes sense. I hope you guys really were able to follow along, and I'm sorry if it was confusing. I feel like I was a little scatterbrained brain there, but hopefully it makes sense to you guys. I wanted you guys to see on paper how much I paid out of pocket, how much I was granted, and how much I owe my stepdad, and how much my mortgage is, and how much my interest rate is, and how much, you know, my mortgage monthly payment is. In total, my mortgage payment is $1,981, including the subsidy. Like if I were to pay the subsidy back, because my condo fee is $241. And then the property taxes are $220. So yeah, $1,981 is how much everything is. And it's not bad. Honestly, at my old apartment, I was actually paying $1,500 for rent, plus another, I want to say like $200 for utilities. So I'm actually paying a little less now. And it's great, because I obviously, like I mentioned, I moved in with my boyfriend, so we are splitting the costs in a way that works for us. So yeah. All right. So if you guys have made it this far, I will ask you guys to stick around for a couple of more minutes, and I will show you guys how much debt I am currently in as of today, October 24th. The numbers that I'm going to show you guys are actually numbers from the beginning of October, because I've been wanting to show you guys these numbers all month. But unfortunately, I was waiting over a month for my stickers, and they never arrived until literally yesterday. I'm a little disappointed, and I wanted to do a budget with me first for October, and, you know, setting up my monthly budget spread. But the stickers took over a month to get to me, guys. I'm a little frustrated about that. But instead of doing if you guys are still interested in seeing the budget with me for October, let me know. I would record it if you guys are interested in seeing it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little frustrated. I wanted to show you guys the stickers throughout the whole month, but they took forever to get here. But anyways, let's just go into October, and I will show you guys I will show you guys how much debt I'm in. Let's see. Okie dokes. So starting off with debt, I am going to tell you guys, this is This is a debt that I don't mind the fact that I got into it just because it's a 0% interest rate. And yes, it's debt. Yes, it's credit card debt. But honestly, I feel like I'm at a point that I just don't mind it. And I know that it's going to get paid. And it's 0% interest rate for 12 months. Like, I don't feel like it was an irresponsible decision. I don't feel like I did it on a whim. I don't feel like I was impulsive. It was a thought out plan. And I don't regret financing this furniture. I got new couches, I got a new dining room table, I got a new rug for my living room. I don't mind it. And this amount that we financed, it's a credit card that it is under my name, but my boyfriend and I are actually splitting the payments. So we're each paying $85 a month to make sure that it's going to get paid off within the year at 0% interest rate. So we're paying $170 a month towards it to make sure that the furniture gets paid within 12 months. And some people would say that's irresponsible. Why did you do that? You got into more debt. You already owe your stepdad, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess, I'm not arguing against that, but it is 0% interest rate, and I consider myself very responsible. And given the fact that I depleted my savings for buying this property, it is what it is. I could have waited a little longer to continue saving up for furniture, but I also didn't want to have an empty house. So it is what it is. If you're upset about that, I'm sorry. If you're upset, if you think it wasn't a good choice, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't regret it. And that's just me being truthful with you guys. And I know that we have a plan in place to pay it off, and it's going to get paid off when it gets paid off. And we're being responsible with it. But the total that we spent was $2,028.66. So this is including the delivery fee and including the fact that they came and installed everything for us. They built the table, they put the couches in place, and they took the trash with them. They literally came the day after that I moved in, and to me it was perfect. I don't mind paying that. Again, 0% interest rate, worth it to me. We're spending $170 a month, and that's something that him and I are splitting, so it's $85 each. All right, next is my stepdad, and I owe him $10,000. Also no interest rate. I'm currently not paying him. I'm gonna start paying him in January just because I've been getting settled into my apartment and a lot of expenses, and there are a lot of expenses that have popped up. So yeah. All right, next is my private student loans. And these are through a local credit union called DCU. And DCU, I owe them, as of the beginning of this month, $29,098.05. The interest rate here is a 6.25% interest rate, and they are getting a monthly minimum payment from me of $270. My actual payment is like $268 and some change, but I just throw the extra dollar and some change, and I just make it an even number to $270. All right, next is going to be my federal loans. And these are through Nelnet. And the balance that I owe these, oh my God, $36,690.93, because you guys know the interest started kicking in again. I think this is varied. And my monthly minimum payment for them currently is $132.15. They're actually, so sorry, to go back to DCU, they are actually getting an extra 41, I think it's 22 a month. And that's because I receive assistance from my job. My job actually helps me pay towards my student loans. Okie dokes. Let's add up these numbers. So 2028.66 plus 10,000 plus 29,098.05 plus 36,690 and 93 cents. So my total current debt is $77,817.64. My currently minimum payment is $170 plus $270 plus $132.15 is $572.15. And like I mentioned, some of that portion is actually covered by my boyfriend because we're splitting the $170. But yeah, this is it. Full transparency with you guys. I am almost $78,000 in debt, not including my mortgage. But my stepdad's gonna get paid. This is gonna get paid within a year. Like, both of these things are gonna get paid within a year, so I'm not even too worried about it. And then I'm really gonna start attacking my student loans. I wish I could be doing that now, but you know, I wanted a property and I honestly don't regret it. And I feel like my salary will help me get to my goals. And I just have to be very intentional and aggressive with my goals starting in January, because again, like I said, I'm settling in and there's lots of expenses that come up with moving and buying things for the house and this and that. So yeah, and right now, instead of focusing on paying down debt, I am focused on building up my emergency fund, just because now that I am a homeowner, anything can happen, anything can break, and now obviously it's my responsibility because I'm now my own landlord. You know, I have my own home, so I'm hyper focused on building up my emergency fund. That's all that I care about right now. And as you guys have been following along, you guys know that like my month ahead savings, it's coming along. You know, I finally got my stickers, so you guys are going to be able to see that the actual things are, envelopes are labeled. And you guys are seeing that I'm, you know, trying to cash stuff my boxes and stuff like that. So, you know, these are all going towards building my emergency fund and just being secure within my own finances. And then after that, money is going to get used. Instead of saving, I'm going to use it towards paying down my debt. And I'm going to use savings challenges to help me make it fun to pay towards my debt too. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. This was a long video. If you guys made it through, I really appreciate it. Drop me a home emoji, the emoji of a home, if you guys made it this far into the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everything makes sense. If some of it didn't make sense, then please feel free to comment and I can clarify for you. Or if you guys have any questions about the program that I went through, if you live in Massachusetts, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help and answer any questions. Or you guys can, if any questions you guys might have and you don't want to share with anybody else or let anyone see it, you guys are more than welcome to send me a message over on Instagram, okay? My Instagram is at CatBudgets, CatBudgets. I hope to catch you guys over there. And if you guys do want an October budget with me in a monthly spread setup, it would be a 2-in-1 video, let me know and I will more than happy to do that for you guys. If you guys made it this far, again, thank you so much. Don't forget to give it a like. Comment down below and please subscribe, because I'm trying to grow my CatBudgets fam over here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.